Hey, what up, guys? It's Julia VAMPS BLEEKER, and on today's show, we've got Sonny Lukas, hailing from Hong Kong, 17-year-old R&B pop star. What's up, Sonny Lukas?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I actually just got out of a studio session.
Oh, perfect. So this is perfect timing. You've probably got that high energy, you know, that creative energy going for everybody to hear. So tell us a little bit about your new single that you just dropped, Ain't Nobody.
Thanksgiving, so last year today, around with Hit Boy.
Wow.
Lucky enough, you know, I got to work with a Grammy Award winning producer, and basically we sat down. He played a couple beats, and then I really vibed with this one because when he first played it, it was just, you know, the simple instruments. It was just the Rode piano. It was just the guitars and the synths, no kicks, no drum beats or nothing. So basically when I first heard it, it was all, you know, really simple, but I picked it. And then me and one of my writers, both of us co-wrote the song, and then we came with, you know, something simple like, you know, Ain't Nobody. We wanted this song to, you know, bring the hip-hop culture, you know, when listeners are listening to this song, like, they're gonna be like, oh, what, this kid 17 and he's from Hong Kong, and he sounds like this, you know. So we wanted to, you know, turn the tables a bit and then surprise people with this song. And I just think it's really catchy, and to be honest, I really like the vibe. It's really California, and
definitely
the music video just really portrays, you know, the authenticity of who I am, not only as an artist but as a person, instead of using money or all those luxurious materials to portray, you know, who I am.
Exactly. And speaking of your video, who actually directed your video? Because that video came out excellent. It's A1. I don't know how else to describe it, because you've already set your tone right there. It's like we're going back to the early 2000s, late 90s with that videos. So, you know, when people used to premiere videos and we all used to get really excited. Well, I know you're pretty young, but I know I'm 27, so I used to get super excited when videos came out for like NSYNC and for Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, all those crazy pop artists. I used to love watching videos, and when I watched that video, I was like, oh my gosh, it kind of brings me back to that time. I got a little excited. So you saw the story, the background for the full song. So who directed that video?
So my friend, he's called Spencer Taylor. He's actually with a company called VIDEOGRAPHER, and basically they go around, you know, the US, they tour around, and then they talk about like a lot of spiritual things, because he's working with one of the Shaolin monks. So he goes around, you know, preaching and talking about how to be a better person and stuff like that. And he's like the main director for that, and he shoots, he films, he edits. So I actually met him through Instagram, and we're some mutual friends with a couple people, but I met him through Instagram. I thought he did some great things, so I just hit him up, and then we took it from there, met up in LA, and then it just took off. Definitely.
You're not a fearless young man, that's for sure.
I'm willing to take risks.
Right.
You know, like, you know, he's like, oh God, like, why would he even respond to me? Like, he's worked with Logan Paul and stuff, and I'm like, whoa, what am I doing here? But, you know, it's always good to take leaps of faith.
Absolutely. And you know what's funny? I actually saw your music through Instagram as well. I was like, oh my gosh, who is this guy? I gotta interview him. But let's backtrack a little bit. So you're from Hong Kong. Tell us a little bit about your background. When you came to the U.S. and what made you want to crack the U.S. market versus the Asian market? Because you know the Asian market's a huge market.
Oh, 100%. So I grew up going into an international school, so English was kind of like my first language, but I still speak Mandarin, Cantonese, parents and all that stuff, and I'm fluent in all, and even Spanish. I took it for 6 years already, so, you know, I did a Despacito cover. Yeah, exactly. And then, so growing up in Hong Kong, you know, Hong Kong is like a melting pot, you know, of diverse cultures and all that. So there's a lot of white people there, colonized by Britain, and so growing up, all of my friends were, you know, from different backgrounds and stuff. So like I have a really diverse point of view, and having lived in Hong Kong for around like 13 years, I also lived in Singapore, the UK, that's where my cousins are from, Beijing, the US. So, you know, I've encountered a lot of different, you know, cultures and all that stuff, and it's just good because that just brings about, you know, my diverse perspective, I guess, and contributes to my music as well. As you can hear, and everyone is beautiful. Right. A lot of, you know, elements from different, you know, different parts around the world you can hear, and ain't nobody, you know, it just brings back that nostalgic jazz 1980s R&B vibe.
Definitely, and that's something I love. So when do we get an album from you so we can hear all those different sorts of sounds and genres from all over the world?
Well, I'm going to get an EP together. Right now, we're just focusing on singles because we want to really emphasize on, you know, the impact one single can make. For example, for Every Beautiful, we had like a story about, you know, I wrote it because it was for my insecurities. Growing up, I like to bully people, but, you know, because I was insecure of myself. I thought, you know, I always had to show off. I always had to, you know, get everyone's attention. But, you know, I feel like music's the only way for me to express myself now, even like when I'm sad, because like for Everyone Is Beautiful, I turned something really sad into something really positive. Right. So it talks about how, you know, your flaws are what makes you beautiful, what makes you special, and you know, an individual. Right. So I want to relate that to every single one of my audience, and it's just, I think it's really powerful and emotional.
Definitely. And listen, I love that song, Everybody's Beautiful. It's more of like a dance track, and I love that you had that incorporated into your video. So are you, how would you consider yourself some sort of triple threat, or just straight up a singer-songwriter?
I mean, I sing, dance, and before singing and doing music, actually, I experimented with acting. I actually took a lot of VAMPS and stuff. So basically, I would consider myself as a triple threat, but I'm still, you know, refining all the edges on every subject. You know, I'm still trying to, you know, get the music right, get the songwriting right, get the dancing right, and then the acting. So I definitely want to gear towards that direction of being a triple threat and a jack of all trades. But, you know, at the same time, I still want to, you know, be a perfectionist. I want to be good at, you know, one thing. Right. Absolutely. So I want people to know me for one thing, you know, whether it, you know, me speaking out on people's behalfs on, you know, insecurities, or, you know, whatever. Absolutely. Something that catches, you know, a selling point. Absolutely. And there's two things definitely that I love that you pointed out just now. The fact that you were admittedly saying that you used to bully due to your insecurities, and a lot of people don't like to admit that sort of thing. And then the fact that you're saying that you want to tighten each part of your craft so that, you know, it's tight when you get there, but people know you for one thing, but they can see all those other elements in you. And most people, or most artists, really don't, I guess, hone into their crafts as much as they should. So that's something that we could definitely look forward to seeing in the future. And I appreciate that as a young guy, because you know what, most artists don't even do that at all. They just want to stay in one lane, or not even too much focus on that one lane that they're in, you know what I mean? They just want to do it and not really hone in on that skill. And that's something that definitely sets you apart from everybody else. So I did see, I noticed a young lady in your video for Ain't Nobody. All my fans are like jealous. They're like, who's this girl? And there's a little feud going, and then someone's like, doesn't matter.
Well, you set the record straight right here, right now. Who is she to you, or is she just an actress for the video? Or just let the girls know, are you single? Do not fight. Are you married?
Oh God. Here we go again. I mean, I suppose I could be, you know, it's just, you know, I like, you know, I want to stay that way because I've never been in a relationship, and you know, I just want to focus on my craft and let that speak, you know. Definitely.
Ladies, you heard it first. He is focused right now. Do not worry. Your fantasies will still stay intact. Girls, don't fight over it.
Oh God. I don't even know if I'm in their fantasies. I mean, I just wish my music speaks for itself, you know.
Definitely. I think you're heartthrob already. You're just being very humble about it. I will humbly boast for you.
That's my game right now. You know, just trying to be as humble as I can be, respectful, and you know, honest.
Absolutely, and I think that's a great quality to have. Quickly, kind of, you know, get into more of your music. Who was a musical inspiration for you, and then who's a dream collaboration? Because I heard a few people that could have gone on Ain't Nobody in my head, but I want to see what you have to say about it.
Sure. As soon as people listen to Ain't Nobody, you know, people are just come up to me and they're like, you know, it sounds like the song called by Kent Jones. It's like, you know, the one where it goes like, it's called Don't Mind. It goes like, she say, hola, como esta?
Right.
It sounds like that. But, you know, one of my inspirations as a kid, you know, growing up, I used to listen to, you know, a lot of love songs and stuff. So I like look up to a lot of Celine Dion, Mariah Carey.
Gosh, wow.
But I know, like, you can't really like find the correlation between that because you don't hear like them in my music.
Right.
But, you know, I really do look up to, I listen to a lot of Chris Brown, Usher, a lot of, you know,
definitely saw that in your videos.
And right now, you know, more contemporary artists like I definitely love Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes, Beep, Charlie Puth, just all these artists who are doing really great. I just admire them because they're really transcending music and really, I've seen them behind the scenes doing their own things. Like Charlie Puth, he wrote Attention all by himself. He wrote How Long all by himself, and it's, you know, that really pushes me and really motivates me to, you know, just sit down and focus and do all these things that I love to do. But yeah, a dream collaborator for me would definitely be DJ Khaled. Like I've said it once and I'm gonna say it again. He's just one of the best, I guess, for collaboration.
DJ Khaled, you hear that?
DJ Khaled, Drake, of course.
Right.
Yeah, these two are just unbelievable.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait to hear that. I think that's going to happen in the near future, whether, you know, you think it's going to happen a little bit later, but I think it's going to happen sooner than later for sure. You're on your way.
Not a bucket list, I guess, but I got to work my way there, you know. Definitely.
All right, so real quick for your fans out there, just to wrap up this interview, 5 fast facts about Sonny Lukas. This is what I do with all my guests, so you can't really think about it. You got to just shoot them off for your fans, all right?
All right, cool.
Ready?
Cool.
Go. First one.
I am 6 foot.
Wow.
I speak Spanish.
Right. Oh, wow. So that's 2 right there.
I hate pizza.
Oh, no, you hate pizza? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
no way. And I'm from New York, so I'm like, oh, my gosh, he said he hates pizza.
You know why? Because I ate pizza once. I mean, like, I used to love it. I used to order Domino's, but like,
oh, see, that's the problem.
Pizza is like a poison for me. You know why?
Right.
Because like last year when I ordered like Domino's for like straight, like consecutively, I don't know. I started like getting like a really oily face, and then like I started looking really bad and breaking out. And I feel like that's like one of the poisonous foods for me, like fries, burgers. Like I just couldn't eat that stuff. You understand?
Right. Definitely.
It just makes me break out. I don't know, because it's different from everybody else. But you know, as much as I love pizza, it's like it's bad for me. You understand?
Right, definitely. You know what? You got to come to New York, and I'll take you to the best pizza spot. So that way you'll change your mind.
I'm actually in Connecticut. I go to school in Connecticut.
Oh wow! See, look at that. So you're not too far from us.
That's a fun fact. That's another fun fact.
That's number 4 right there. So what's number 5 for your fans out there that's ready to hear it and hold it dear to their heart?
Oh God. A fun fact. I FaceTime mom every day.
Oh, ladies, he FaceTimes his mom every day. That's another.
I think I'm more attached to my mom more than anybody in the world. It's like, it's insane. Like literally, like as bad as this sounds, but like my mom and I sometimes sleep in the same bed together. Like, you know, not in that way, but like, you know, just like to her, no matter how old I am, I'm still like her fetus, her baby, you know.
That's always such a deep connection to make, and I like that you said that your mind is definitely a lot further than most people right now. I have so much respect for you.
Thank you so much. And I literally tell my mom everything, like the greatest thing about my relationship with my mom and I is that I tell her everything. And that's why, you know, although we get into quarrels, we get into fights, you know, she knows the truth. She knows who I am. Like a lot of kids these days, they run out with their friends, sneak out and, you know, do drugs and all that stuff. Like I don't drink. That's the thing. Like I don't drink. people might assume that I do because I'm 17-year-old and I'm in a high school right now. You know, they expect that I drink, because I'm doing music, I smoke. But the thing is, like, I don't do anything. So that's like literally the most fun fact. Because
that's
it's so
awesome.
different.
And that's really encouraging, I think, for anybody out there that thinks that, you know, in order to be creative, you need to be high or you need to be on some sort of substance. And that's not the case at all. You're a phenomenal singer. You have an amazing video. You have an amazing mind. And look at that. You don't even have to do anything to get there. Appreciate that a like.
Yeah.
All right, so my name is Julia Vamps Bleeker, and this is Sonny Lukas. Thank you so much, Sonny, for coming in for this interview and just chopping it up with me real quick. I look forward to another one. Thank you guys for listening.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, guys.